Oh, right. Wait, am I live? Oh, all right, so we're live. I thought I pushed the wrong. There's too many settings over there. That's just all. Okay, so I'm trying to get the thumbnail. The thumbnail's not ready. If I click this thumbnail, that's not this thumbnail. That's last month's thumbnail. Oh, go my disclaimer. Okay, good. I changed the thumbnail. Wait. Okay. So, bear with me. One moment. Okay, so I'm so not prepared for this. We're just going to start with what we have because it's going to take a while to add all those little wonderful slides I had. I think I just work with Canva instead, make my life a little bit easier because Canva has them. Yeah, I'll work with Canva. Okay, so can everyone hear me? Good. I can hear me, so I'm gonna get going. So I've been trying to do a little different format of the broadcasting that I do on the live streams, and thumbnail, yay, it's in place. So camming at 40, time to build wealth. Hey, Minnie Cam fam. Welcome to the very first episode of Auntie Minnie Cam, where I take you behind the scenes of my 22-year journey as a cam model. I've been in the game since March 18, 2003, and today I'm spilling the tea on some things. The highs and lows and what's next for me as I step into a new era of my life. Let's get into it. So, first slide here. All right, first slide is here. How long do you think a cam model can last in the industry? So my answer is, well, a lot of people might think that camming is just a quick, flashy thing for a few years and then it's over. But here's the real deal. I didn't start in this industry with the intention of becoming a lifelong cam model. My dream, I wanted to be an adult film star, but life threw me a curveball, diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar disorder, depression, and suddenly I was approved for disability benefits. That's when I had to change course. And camming became a way for me to keep pursuing my goals while managing my mental health and disability. I quickly learned that the value of working from home and creating a career on my own terms. But let me tell you, it wasn't always easy. People having plenty of opinions about what a cam girl does for a living. And I had to fight hard to build a career that could accommodate my chronic pain and health challenges. That's where the power of building a personal brand, crafting good social media, earning income from affiliate marketing, blogging, coaching came in. With all these tools, I've been able to reach and sell to people around the world. It's bigger than just camming. It's been about creating something sustainable and meaningful that fits my life and my ambitions. That's how I made this work for over 22 years. Longevity doesn't just come from being able to adapt to changes in the industry. It comes from building something that fits my life, my health, and my passions. They also say your life, your health, and your passions. And on your terms, your career. But I'm talking in the first person right now because it's me. Most of this stuff is just me in words, and I'm trying to stay organized. The internet has made my journey even more powerful than I ever imagined. Okay, where are we? Where's me? Okay, I'm going to have to... All right. I don't know how this works. I swear I need like 3 screens. I only have 2, and I think I need another one. Powerful than I ever imagined. Oh, that's a question. Oh, okay. So yeah, how long do you think a cam model can last in the industry? Now, if you're not live, it's okay. Just follow along with the questions. I'll try to keep everything on screen, and maybe I'll pause and get more of my slides in for this particular style of the live stream. But it's just pretty much, yeah, like I've been doing this for 22 years because I answered an ad in the newspaper, and now I'm a webcam model, and I'm 40 years old. I turned 40 February 2025. I started March 18, 2003 as a webcam model, like 1 month after I turned 18 years old. And I had my ID. I was ready to work. I got to work, and here we are. All right, biggest challenge. Where's that slide? What are the biggest challenges of being a cam model for 22 years? Working in this industry for over 2 decades, I've seen it all. I feel like I have. Or it just feels like the same problems on repeat every single year. But one of the biggest challenges is longevity. Yes, cam models burn out a lot. And you don't have to, but a lot of us do. Industry changes fast. It does and it doesn't. Like, the good thing about the industry that changed was the Bluetooth tip activated toys from Lovense, from Curo, WeVibe, any of the remote control toys. Those have gotten a whole lot better. When I first heard about them, like 2006, only one website had that feature, or two websites. One I was working on, I wasn't interested in it at the time because what I was doing was just working. It was going well for me. And then 2016 or so, I saw people with the Lovense toys, and the impression I had with them, I didn't really think it made sense. And it's also, you can't make an impression about being a cam model based on watching other cam models. You have to make an impression about being a cam model based on what you're comfortable trying. So, like, other cam models, watching them working on their websites or their platforms, and you only see them in their work environment, is not a good example of what you should do as a cam model, because you're watching that cam model perform in her style of camming for her when you visit a cam site. You have to look at camming and trying something in camming and changing something in your camming based on what you feel comfortable with. That brings your results. So you have to look at it as a statistical analysis based on how you want to perform, how you want to broadcast your hours online, the image you want to portray in your aesthetics, in your branding. The only example I can solidly give that compares to being a cam model is RuPaul Drag Race. And I now follow them a lot, RuPaul Drag Race Twitter clips on my thing. And the range of performers and drag queens is the same style of range and performances as cam models. So I can't just think, oh, I'm going to follow the trends. I never followed anybody to begin with. Me starting in 2003 when I was 18, I am one of the first Black cam models in this industry, period, point blank. I am. So I can't compare it to anybody. I'm one of the first. I still am. I'm still one of the first that still does YouTube videos. I'm still, there's certain things I'm still first in doing that I cannot look at another cam model to compare. And then also, there's not a lot of Black representation of cam models in the industry. So who am I looking to compare myself to? I can't compare myself to a European white cam model. We don't have the same lives. We don't have the same customer base. We're not dealing with the same customer chatter in our room. Like, the level of racism I deal with when I'm online as a webcam model is a lot. And then I have to deal with it in my real life when I'm not a cam model. A white European cam model doesn't have to deal with that stuff at all. They don't have to worry about it. And studies show that racism is one of the highest forms of trauma for BIPOC people. So if we have it in our work environment and then we have it in our non-work environment, it's a lot of stress on the body that we're carrying as Black cam models. And no, I can't go and talk to a white cam model about the struggles I have because they don't get it. They don't live it. They don't even know how to process what I'm dealing with. So I don't. So yeah, over 23 years, yes, things have changed. Companies have merged. Companies have expanded and decreased, and all those things, and laws have changed, and those things have changed. Like some of the websites I used to be on like 8 different websites to work. Now I'm on 4. And some of the websites I used to work, they merge with the websites I already work with now. Ageism. Now this one was tricky because I know cam models that are in their 60s and 70s working as a cam model today. Some of them started in their 40s when they started as a cam model. So the age limit retirement thing, that's traditional workforce stuff. That's not necessarily how it is in the entertainment industry. And I also saw it watching RuPaul Drag Race. There's some drag queens that are well over 50, full in drag, enjoying the life of drag for entertainment purposes and living their best drag queen life. So if I like, that's like if we're going to compare cam modeling to anything else, maybe other streamers out there, maybe other entertainers, but like, because of this, what we do is very specific to building a connection with other people through the internet, building a fan base. How I spent weeks planning this episode live stream script, and I may or may not stay on script, but I have a rough idea what I want to talk about. Yeah. So, and then now I'm wearing glasses and I wasn't wearing glasses and things like that. Things have changed. Like the fact that I can build my brand on social media and it builds more people in my audience recognizing me or buying products from me. Fantastic. Anything that helps me sell more products and services for me to have more impact, have more influence, I'm all for it. So it's easier to build your presence as a webcam model, but it's also harder as a webcam model if you're only presenting as adult content for a mature audience over the age of 18. What I learned is to build the longevity and overcome the ageism myth, you have to be diversified in multiple things they can do from home. Amazon drop simming, affiliate marketing, coaching, courses, maybe a cosmetic line if you're into, like, I'm not going to get a cosmetic line. I'm more likely be a representative of another company that sells cosmetic products, but I have a certain thing that I'm into that I'm not into. How a lot of cam models play Sims, like the video game niche, we can do that. But it doesn't mean show up in your sexy, spicy character self. You can show up as yourself with your performer name. Like I show up as myself, but I show up as Minnie St. Clair. There's things that I've done over the years that I don't have to be so rigid in I'm a cam model and I only operate in this adult entertainment fantasy category niche. Sometimes I could be a real person. Just call me Minnie St. Clair. It's adapting and evolving with the times. Camming is about strategy, not just about looks. See, when I was planning this, me and ChatGPT, they brought up it's not about looks. It actually is about looks. And the reason I know it is about looks, because of who is the top models on the websites I work with. If it's male cam models, they're in the gym all the time. Their bodies look like Adonis, Greek gods. Then if it's female models, yes, they have this Eurocentric featureism aesthetic where their tummies are flat, their chests are perky, like they work out regularly, then they're on webcam a long period of. It's a combination of bikini style modeling, bodybuilding with friendship and intimacy and companionship. They combined. I fully combined. And unless you're a specific niche in the BBW or curvy or extreme BBW, then yeah. But if you're not naturally that way and you personally don't see it that way, like how you want to look and present yourself in this environment, then you lean one or the other. Either you're body positive and You wear your size 22 extra large, or you're not. I'm a not. So I've learned if I want to maintain my aesthetic and my branding and my imaging, I have to maintain skinny mini. I'm going to have to figure out how to downsize to a size 6 or a size 4. The size 10 and 12 is not working for me. And it's just something I've noticed of how I show up on cam and how my customers are. Yeah, I can be comfortable in my body, but there's an aesthetic of how my body looks that makes more money than the other. It's just something I've learned, something I noticed, something I've seen. And especially the goals I want to achieve and how I want to achieve them. I'm going to have to step up how I look, why I look that way to make more money. And yeah, it is about the money and about the looks. It totally is. This is not like, if it wasn't about my looks and about how I can just be a regular content streamer, but it fully is. Like, just we need to be honest about that. Financial instability, cam money comes fast, but if you don't plan it right, it just disappears as fast. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I concur. Because, okay, so like before on disability benefits, I used to make about $5,000 a month, American, which is about 7,000 and change Canadian. I went out every Friday night. I partied every week. I worked the next day. I paid bills roughly on time. And then I look up a few years later and there's no money in retirement and savings. Now, some people are really good at managing their money right off the bat. Some of us are not. And then the working a marathon or working 10 hours on shift or working 300 hours in a month or 500 hours in a year. It's the level of, and my favorite, cam models need to pay rent next week and they're behind. Rent is always due on the 1st. You know this. Your cell phone bill is always due the same day of the month. Even if you change it, it's still due the same day of the month. Christmas is always in December. You know when your birthday is. It doesn't change. There's just certain things in the spending and the lifestyle that are always there at the same time. Yes, I get it. Income fluctuates a lot as a cam model. Some months I'm making a lot of money to take care of my bills and things. Some months I'm not. But the fixed expenses, the fact that I need to buy food every week, the fact that I need to get my hair cut at the barbershop every week, get my nails done every couple of weeks, those things don't really change. You know they're going to happen. Oh yeah, taxes. Again, you have to plan for taxes. Tax season is the same time every single year. You don't have to have a car payment. You can buy a car in cash. Especially now. There's way more options of moving around with a vehicle. But cam models I see, they freak out. They didn't make enough money. They're working almost like 24 hours trying to make sure they make their money to pay their rent or stuff. You know that stuff is going to happen. And I'm trying to be nice about it, but I don't actually know how to be nice about it after doing this for 22 years. I had to wake up to the reality of, yes, I make a lot of money when I work, the amount of hours I need to work. But the bills are due every single week. Like right now, my Capital One bill is overdue. It's still due on the 17th. I have to work this week to make sure it's paid on time for the 17th before the next bill comes. That bill, the thing is, the credit card bill will always show up until I pay that credit card bill down to $0. Then here's the joke. When the credit card balance is 0, that I don't owe anything on the credit card, I don't get a bill. If I don't spend my credit card, I don't get a bill. So this is yes, we do. We could make really fast money as a cam model. But if you don't have a sustainable plan to manage those monies, you back on the rat race tomorrow morning. Or back on the rat race tonight. Working 10, 15, 16 hours trying to make sure you make rent. You know those things are going to happen. You do. And I there's only so much I can handle of seeing the repetition of the same habit happening with cam models and their money. And I've done those things, but I'm also tired of doing those things. I'm trying to have a system in place where I don't have to repeat the fast life, fast money, spend it here, go here, and then freak out that I have rent due on the 1st. Rent is always due on the 1st. Christmas is always in December. You know when your baby father's birthday is. Like, they don't change. Yeah. And then there's the Ontario Disability Support Program. For those of us in the disability community, navigating income limits while trying to build a financial independence can be challenging, but it doesn't have to be. And I say that because I have read the entire Ontario Disability Support Program policy, front to back, back to front. And I literally mean that. You've seen me talk about it in other videos on the channel, different podcasts I'm on. I can quote exactly what it says, down to the dollar, in the policy of Ontario Disability Support Program. And next video, I'm a little early promoting my next video, but I go through all of the insurance options available to me as a person with a disability eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program. Meaning, right now I'm still eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program. The goal is to make, am I there yet? Oh, we're not there yet. I'm trying to say the script. The goal is to make $3,500 net income a month to no longer be eligible for Ontario Disability Program. If I do that 2 to 3 months in a row, 2 months or more, then I'm no longer eligible. Then I have to go to my caseworker and apply for what they call extended health benefits or transitional health benefits. Okay, but I have plans of going to college. So me having plans of going to college means I have the opportunity from my college to access health benefits. Then my research of doing all the health insurance planning, I discovered I can get majority of what I need covered in a private health insurance plan. Here's a kicker of being younger than 40. If you get a quote for health insurance, critical illness insurance, disability insurance, chances are it's less than $300 a month. The longer you wait over 40, the more expensive your health insurance and other insurance premiums are going to be. So it's a good idea to have your insurances in place while you're younger and keep them, like mandatory keep them in place. So as you get older, you don't have to worry about them. Being on Ontario Disability Support Program, we fall into this weird narrative of giving up everything. You actually don't have to give up everything. Like, I know, yes, getting approved for disabilities because you have an impairment that's 12 months or more that reduces your daily activities. Yes, I still have those. I very much still have those. Right now, I'm going through a season of bipolar disorder symptoms. I have to go check with my doctor and do blood work and do follow-up and all those things that we do. Then she's going to do a psych evaluation on me. It's already in routine. And then for me to keep getting my prescriptions for multiple sclerosis, I have to do blood work, so my neurologist can order my medication. Then he has to do a neurological exam and an MRI. Those things don't change. But everything else inside of Ontario Disability Support Program has a policy it has to follow. Okay, you have a caseworker that doesn't follow those policies and things like that. Guess what? They still have to, even though they don't understand what it is. I literally bring back the policy I'm talking about to my caseworker, and I ask her to explain to me why I'm not getting the thing. And the thing is, for me to fight back and advocate for what I need from the policy of Ontario Disability Support Program, they have to make their decision in writing. Their decision in writing goes to legal aid. I bring all the evidence of the conversation I had back and forth with the caseworker, their decision, then I bring it to legal aid, then we build a case and fight back. Usually what happens is the caseworker switches over I get a different caseworker because the caseworker in the office are temporary. My disability is permanent. So since I'm going to win because I'm permanent and they're temporary, I have all the evidence I know to go to the new caseworker, present my case, and chances are, because I don't want to have the overload of paperwork of being transferred in from a previous caseworker to a new caseworker, they'll complete my request a whole lot faster than the previous caseworker that was dragging it out, giving me troubles. So I'm going to talk about Ontario Disability Program a lot because it's a big, important thing that happened in my life in the 22 years of being a CAM model. But I'm letting you know right now, they don't scare me. And I know more than they know. And my disability don't go nowhere because they think of something that I don't have, but I have because the doctor said so. And the prescriptions I have to take. Like when I called the health insurance agent and he was like, send me over the DIN numbers for all of the prescriptions. I'm like, okay. Then he emailed me back saying, we'll cover this one. We won't cover this one. This one needs pre-authorized approval. Okay, great. The one that needs pre-authorized approval, my multiple sclerosis medication, is already paid for by the Ontario government in Exceptional Access Program. There's a good chance when my income is too high to be eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program that it's still going to be paid for in transitional health benefits. If for some reason it's not, then I apply for Trillium Drug Benefits. Trillium Drug Benefits operates out of the Ontario Drug Benefit Formulary, which is already not covering my multiple sclerosis medication. It's covered in an Exceptional Access Program. Both government programs, Ontario Disability Support Program, Trillium Drug Benefit, both work off of the Ontario Drug Benefit Formulary. It's where they enter in all the DIN numbers of all the prescriptions approved by Health Canada that they'll say they cover and pay for or won't cover and pay for. Then, with guaranteed acceptance health insurance plans from private health insurance companies, and this is where I figure out, will they cover this medication or not cover this medication? If they do not cover that medication, I bring their decision not to cover my medication back to Ontario Disability Support Program, and they move it through their process. Ontario Drug Benefit, or I reapply again for Exceptional Access Program. I'm literally not scared of these people at all because I've broken down every possible option that I have. Like, okay, they're not covered. Like, if my disability was more complex and had more needs and more services required, it would be a lot to manage. But this is the disability I have, and I'm able to manage it. I'm able to figure out what I need from Ontario Disability Support Program. I'm able to figure out how to go through their employment supports to have supports to lower the barrier of entry of becoming employed or self-employed. I chose self-employed. Self-employed doesn't have the resources over there in Ontario Disability Support Program. I had to build my own resources. I had to build my own support network. I had to find everything. I had to do all the research. And now with the power of ChatGPT and AI, the planning of resources happens faster, like super fast. You wouldn't believe how fast. So yeah, where are we? Slides. We did that question. Oh, future. So what am I thinking about the future now? Oh, okay, we're on track. Where is the camera? Wrong camera. Okay, so after 22 years in the camming world, I have come to realize that this alone won't provide the long-term security that I need. While I built something amazing here, I want more. I'm aiming for financial freedom, and that means stepping beyond the reliance of Ontario Disability Support Program. I kind of went over that when I broke down all the insurance options and how I know the policy, and I know how to advocate for what I need from the policy. Like, they do a job. This is my life. I'm going to do my life better than they do their job. That's just the way I see it. Stepping Stone Beyond, ODSP, but it's not just about me. I've learned so much along the way that I want to use my experience to help others in the industry transition into sustainable careers. This also includes helping other people who are on Ontario Disability Support Program who are working in college, full-time post-secondary education, or are self-employed. Specifically, I have a deeper passion for helping people who are on ODSP and self-employed, because the limited resources and knowledge of disability benefits and self-employment is non-existent across all of the disability benefit programs, including CPP, the new Canada Disability Benefit, H over in Alberta, British Columbia. Every one of these disability programs across the country don't treat self-employment properly or small business properly. And it's because of the label of you have a disability. It's part of the whole ableism, systemic barriers, shaming, societal system that they created that I don't participate in. And you cannot convince me any ways to participate in that. I'm just not. I'm empowered. I read the policies. I know what to do. I build a plan. I'm working with a plan. And I'm allowed to because employment supports in Ontario Disability Support Program. Today is not the time that I'm going to be reading the policies of employment supports or Ontario Disability Program. I will do that in another video, but I'm just letting you know right now that I'm putting my goals on notice. When it's camming or something else, there are so many opportunities. I want to help people carve out their path. And of course, I want to build a personal brand that lasts beyond the cam room. Camming is fantastic. Being a cam model is super fantastic. If you're able to be a cam model. Not everyone's able to be a cam model. But guess what? We have so many options with the power of the internet. So, especially like if you're watching this video, and let's say you're watching this video on your mobile device, there's a good chance that mobile device has a camera with a microphone port that with a few dollars, with the right wording of applying for employment startup benefits in Ontario Disability Support Program, you can get the upgraded equipment to turn your camera on your smartphone into a money-making machine. Oh yeah, I also found a low-income program that sells laptops and desktop computers for people on Ontario Works and Ontario Disability Support Program. I'll be applying my application for that in May, and then we'll see what that laptop looks like in the end of the year, this year. Personal brand, camming will always be part of my journey. Always. It's where I started. I started as a cam model 22 years ago. I still work as a cam model today. I don't know why people get asked me if I work as a cam model. I have so many things that I'm doing. Stop worrying if I work as a cam model. How about you worry if you worked as a cam model today? Like straight up. I spend all this time trying to make this video, do the YouTube channel, and then I have to log off and do wash some dishes and then log on and do webcam. And I built up my schedule where there's 8 a.m., 2 p.m. So 8 a.m. in the morning is 3 hours, sometimes 4. Then 2 p.m. to 6, that's 4 hours. Then the evening shift, the long one, it's 8 p.m., log on for 6 hours, and I log off at 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh yeah, I have sleep apnea. That just means not every night I have a full rested 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Sometimes I only get 4 hours of sleep. But I still have to function in all my daily activities because there's nobody here to help me with them. So when you're asking me, am I still working as a cam model? Why? Me working as a cam model doesn't affect you in any way whatsoever. So worry about yourself. I'm worried about mines. And I mean in the most nicest way possible. I really do. I'm trying to motivate your butt to get online and go make the money in the most sustainable way. Because if you focus on working there for longer hours doesn't mean you make any money. You have to log on when your spenders are in the room. If you're on for about an hour to 2 hours and nothing is happening, log off for half an hour, log back on. And then you have to rotate it throughout the entire day of 24-hour period, because our industry is 24 hours a day, 365, global. Anybody over the age of 18 with a credit card who has access to the internet, who wants to see you online, and they get a membership, upgrade to premium, or they add credits and tokens to their account to spend on you. Nobody's doing that? Okay, go read a book, go exercise, go for a walk, cook a dinner, homework, personal development, hire a coach, do something, make a YouTube video. Your brand has to be online all the time. So when you log on the webcam sites, you have a higher chance of making money. And it's just what it is. Like, I already know this, which means I need to only focus on what I do, and that's it. Always part of my journey, but it's time to level up and create something bigger and better that lasts. Yeah, I'm looking at this whole internet experience, personal brand in a whole different light. It's way more than being a cam model. It really is. I have to figure out who is Minnie St. Clair. That is what I have to figure out. I'm not stepping away from camming overnight. I'm leveling up. And leveling up, for me, it looks different for you. For me, it's a holistic thing. It's me working in my career. It's me managing my health. It's me moving away from government assistance. It's me making sure that I have income streams coming in, not just from actively working, but also passive income streams, growing my investment portfolio. It'd be so nice that my dividends in my investments are paying for my living expenses. Something I wish I did when I was younger. Can't go back in time. I'm trying to do that now. And there's still a good pocket of time that I could still do it. I'm only 40. I still got, whatever time left that God gave me to do what I need to do. Okay, I have this slide. How has the cam industry changed since 2003? Didn't I talk about that? Oh, not really. Not this part. Okay, let me tell you. Back in the early 2000s, we didn't have fancy platforms like we do today. We had Legendary Lars. That's the first website I worked on. They're now called Streamray Inc. and cams.com. They merged with Adult Friend Finder. And then there was iFriends.net. I wish when I joined that site in 2004, I spent more time on that website. Too bad. I didn't. I had too many websites, too many juggling things to do. I didn't get to manage some websites I wish I worked on when I was younger. I didn't get a chance to because I was focusing on the websites that pay me money quickly, which ended up being I'm Live, Cams, Streamrate, for free, Cams, I'm Live, Streamray. Yeah, Streamray is also cams.com. Those 4. There was other websites. Then I also did this thing. I used to join a lot of cam model directory sites to build up my SEO. Now we have the power of YouTube and making a blog and podcast and other platforms and other industries. If I could be a top sales performer in another industry and I keep the name as Minnie St. Clair, you search for me, you know what you're looking for. That's it. I don't have to directly tell people I'm a cam model. Chances are, if you're a male and you're interested in me, you're going to find me as a cam model and spend money. It's just what it is. If you're a presentable male with, healthy boundaries and respect for women, you're not going to do that. You'll be able to focus on business and only talk about business, have good conversations about, CPA, click-through rates, analytics, all the nerdy stuff that men in this industry talk about for affiliate marketing, course creations, digital marketing, funnels. Yeah, I can do those things. I can have those conversations. Do I enjoy those conversations? No, but I like the money that comes out of those conversations. So, yeah, iFriend shut down in 2017. I went out for lunch. I came home. That website was gone. I was so upset. Then any cam model who was exclusively working on that website lost their job, didn't know what to do. Luckily, there was enough websites available in the industry that they can pick up where they left off and join. And hopefully they were able to register on the other websites with their performer name to keep the consistency in the branding so their customers can follow them. Yeah, Stream8, the parent company is ICF Technology. The merger of Adult Friend Finder and Stream8 was worked well. They're still around. I just updated my ID to log on that website because you have to update your ID every time it expires, and then the tax forms W8BEN, I have to update them to let me know I'm still interested. And then it's juggling the schedule of 4 websites and being a content creator, making sure I can work. This is also why I don't know why people ask me if I still work as a cam model when y'all have no idea what my work schedule is day to day. And I'm worried about, did I get my work schedule done? Or am I slipping into one of my symptoms of my disability and illness? Yeah, I really like, just worry about yourself. I'm Live. I'm Live did really good. I'm Live. There's parts of I'm Live that I don't know, but overall, I'm Live. I really like them. I really do. Like, I'm Live was the first website I was working on that had daily pay built into I'm Live. Now Stream8 has it. Fantastic. I know other websites have it, but I don't need to work on every single one of them. I already have enough juggling plates and balls going on right now that I don't need to juggle anything else more. And then, I want to go back to college and finish my diploma. I want to finish my diploma in business, finance, and I want to take the pre-community program, which is like a pre-introduction to being a social service worker. I'm not going to be a social worker. It's just the courses in that program I'm really interested in taking that will help me build my coaching business to help people on ODSP, Terror Disability Support Program, navigate the system better so they can access more things. And if I have those qualifications, when I go present myself to the nonprofit organizations, they know I'm super qualified to be a consultant because I don't want to be an employee. I'd rather be a consultant, and they can figure out in their funding donor budget when they apply for grant money what to pay me as a consultant. Yeah. I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking about every aspect of my life and careers and what parts need me to do the things I need to do. And yes, I'm over planning, and I'm over planning because I don't have children. If you're wondering why I have so many goals on the head, it's because I don't have children and I don't have pets. And the boyfriend is long gone and he broke up with me and I'm moving on. Yeah. Yeah, Flirt for Free is the OG of websites. They started in 1996. They're still there. I'm waiting for them to announce their big summit that they do in a wonderful tropical location that I feel jealous and I have to work to go get there. My schedule is full. Straight up full. If you could take on the workload that I have going on right now, fantastic. Like, if you could do my work and I get paid, fantastic. That's the other thing about being a cam model. It's a solo act. It's just me, the computer, the camera, planning content, doing all the things to get online so I can go make my money, pay my bills, not have stuff going to collections, make sure I buy groceries, make sure I make another roast chicken. I don't know if you saw on my Twitter, I made roast chicken the other day. It is nice and halfway finished. Social media wasn't even a thing in 2003. Facebook wasn't really interested in having me on there to promote being a cam model. I was there, but I couldn't promote what I wanted to promote on there for a while. And then, we had to switch up with Twitter and Tumblr and Blogger and all the other websites where they know we make money because the whole OnlyFans drama that we had and things like that. We're here. But it's a good idea if you're going to be on social media platforms to brand yourself with other interests and skills that you have. like, I really like business. I really like diving into the disability policies and benefits of breaking down a pathway of how to become wealthy so you can exit off of government benefits so you're 100% reliant on yourself and not the government. That's a passion I develop out of my own need of solving a problem for myself that I realize is a problem that's for other people that they wish they could solve on themselves if they change their mindset and strategies and approaches to it. And then TikTok and all this stuff, yeah, like I'll have an account there, but I'm not like, it's the purpose of them is to build the whole brand. So there's Minnie St. Clair, then there's Minnie on Cam. Then I'm gradually, I don't know if you notice, using my legal name in certain spaces because I'm an internet personal brand. That is my career. And to be an internet personal brand, like I have this book here. How many more? Oh, I have some more. Okay. So this book here, YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves. I now got the audiobook in my Audible. We're going to be listening and reading this book throughout the rest of the year because some things on my YouTube channel are improving. I like to improve a little bit more and accelerate things, and that's what we're going to be doing. Then the other book, we have 12-Week Year. Then we have Donald Miller, How to Grow Your Small Business, 6 Steps Plan of How to Help Your Business Take Off. I also say Small Business Made Simple book. We have Graham Cochran, Rebel book. Yeah, I have a lot of so if I'm not online working, I'm doing personal development, physical development, like a fitness routine, a health routine, making sure my prescriptions are renewed on time so I can take my prescriptions on time, and diet, exercise. So it's mind, body, and soul. So I can show up on webcam as my best self. And oh yeah, I have to learn to put on lace front wigs and apply makeup because makeup wasn't a thing that I didn't learn as a teenager that I got to learn now as an adult because I'm an entertainer. Yeah, so there's things on my list that I have to do, and I need to stop ordering so many books. Okay. Yeah, so you could build a personal brand a lot faster. The exciting part is the crossover from not safe for work to safe for work, making it possible to dominate multiple internet business niches and generate diverse, lucrative income streams with the right strategy. The good news is I've adapted. The bad news is the hustle never stops. Like, I wanted to put on the schedule of doing a live stream once a week of playing Sims. So we have a casual chat and I play Sims so I can relax before I do the 6-day work week or 5-day work week. Like, I must have a day of rest of not doing anything in my schedule. I know some campsites want camp moms to work every single day. That's great. But if I burn out, I'm not performing at the top of level that I need to perform. Do I have this slide? I don't think so. No, I don't. We ran out of slides. We ran out of slides. Okay, let's move over to Canva. Let me see how this is supposed to work. Because we're now on future. Okay. Share with webcam. Okay, good. Oh, good. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so what's it like camming in your 40s? Well, my energy levels are different, but I think my energy levels are different not because I'm 40, but because I have multiple health conditions. I think that's why. But I should really read the notes for this slide first. Oh wait, where'd it go? This here. Okay, yeah. Camming in my 40s has definitely been a different experience. When I was younger, my audience has evolved. and I've attracted a much more diverse group of viewers with different tastes and preferences. Yes and no. And I said, like, I wrote it, but now I read it back out loud. My customer base hasn't changed that much. They kind of want the same things, which is great. It means I don't have to, feel like a circus act. Like that. But the thing I did notice, I talked about it earlier, audiences evolved, different tastes and preferences. Like, I'm not trying to be everything to everybody on my webcam or any of my content. I'm specifically talking to a certain audience that's looking for my advice, looking for my wisdom, looking for my style, likes my energy, so that we have a good connection. And that's what I've been doing from day one of 2003. 2003 was easier of let's make a friend online because of all the chat rooms I was in, the different phone line, party lines I was in for different phone chats. That was easier. It's changed a little bit because there's so many platforms you can talk to somebody. But for the most part, I am there to be a pretty face to look at and have a good conversation and a good laugh. Oh, hey. Well, I've been here for almost an hour, so I'm wondering how long you've been in the room. Well, that is not, I can't read it. Okay, can I read it now? Yeah, anybody who's cammed for longer than 3 years and still wants to do it, we are a special breed of people. We're not really people who want to get a 9-to-5 job. We're spoiled. We are spoiled. What? I need to figure out how to use this thing. Do I do any coaching for webcam models? See, the coaching for webcam models, I will, but I'm not coaching anybody who just started today. I'm only coaching cam models that have been in this industry a while. And a while meaning 3 to 5 years. That you're not trying to like hide your face, or you're worried about friends and family, or you're worried about that boyfriend. It's very like set boundaries, understand this is the business. This is the job requirement of you are the face of the company. And then if you plan it correctly, you can make as much money as you want. So newbies who just started yesterday or last week or this morning, no, I'm not for you. You can watch all my YouTube videos, you can get motivated, all those things, get, hyped up to go to work. But it still is the thing. I'm not going to coach anybody who's brand new. I'm looking to coach people that are seasoned, that are veterans, that are in it for the long haul, who established their brand and style of camming, but who are looking to, like, part of it would be how the YouTube formula book for Daryl Eves. I'll put that book down here. Oh no. So this book, I really, really like this book, but I also really like cam models to get this book, do the things in this book, and build a YouTube channel. And build a YouTube channel that's beyond being a webcam model. Like, I'm there looking at coaching certifications to be a financial coach. I'm looking at coaching certifications to be a business coach. Like, I'm looking at different companies in the work from home industry. I'm looking at online courses. I'm looking at, like, there's a fitness company that I have my membership with that has an affiliate program. I would like to make money off that affiliate program from the fitness industry. Like, I'm looking at everything on the internet that could make me money. Which is those books over there, and I'm not going to go over there. But yeah, I'm looking at the whole thing. Like, to the point where if you plan your business properly on the internet as a veteran cam model and you picked your name and it's your name you're living with, like, I'm not working with cam models who want to change their name every 2 seconds. Like, pick your name, stick with it, make it a brand, build it. And then I have to go get a lawyer to deal with a cease and desist letter of some website using my name. It's not me that I have to go fight that. Like, I have big woman problems in this industry now that I would like a community of people that have big woman business problems in the webcam industry. It's different than starting for the first year. It's completely different. The strategy we have to deal with is different. The game plan we have to go hire a lawyer to go defend our name or images and content online is different. And it's not because, some website is stealing my content. If you're promoting Minnie St. Clair and it goes to me, fantastic. I'm okay with that. But if you're using Minnie St. Clair to promote somebody else who's not me, I have a problem with that. Where now I have to get my lawyer involved. Though, like, it's a whole thing. Yeah, that website should have stayed around if they planned it properly, and it didn't. And now it's a long, distant memory like iFriends. Oh well, move on. Like, even that, like, the industry mostly changes when websites go out of business. Then if a website goes out of business, what is your business doing? Like, I know if I do things correctly, I can have clients who want me to help them with their personal finances. Like, I'm getting single women Black entrepreneurs or single women professionals that want me to help them with their finances. Mostly because I handle my own finances and the people were reaching out to me for advice on their finances. Not necessarily because I'm a cam model. Like, okay, great. What do you do? I work as a cam model for 22 years. Then they're all like, how's that work? Yeah, great. It's more of curiosity in it because they went and did college, job, career, 40 years, hate their job, want to do something else. Great. I stayed at home. I managed my health. I managed my disability. And I always made sure that the internet was sending me a check in the mail to supplement my life on disability. 2 different strategies, 2 different mindsets. Like, I literally have to plan in my day to go outside and make a friend. Not a whole lot, no. I mean, if you're working on 6,000 websites, yes. But you have to streamline what you're doing to make it sustainable. And then, okay, if you have too many slow days on the website you're working, then you need to use your skills and build something else on the internet that makes you money. And pick one. There's so many other things that make money. And no, you don't have to use that platform to promote yourself as your fantasy, entertainment, mature audience industry. You can branch out in a different thing. And the level of hobbies and things that people have. Like, there's a YouTube channel of a person who only talks about motor oil for vehicles. And he has 100,000 subscribers because he took Daryl Eves' course. Now, no, I don't have an affiliate link for this book. I just really, really like this book. And I really, really like what Daryl Eves is doing of helping people grow a YouTube channel that it could be people's retirement plan in their 40s. Because Omar had a dude on his YouTube channel who's in his 40s who built his YouTube channel as his retirement plan for after 40. That's what's happening now. That's the environment we're in. And if we do it properly, we can lead that industry really, really well. So, yeah. I don't even know what's on my screen right now. Hold on. Oh, good. That. Yeah. What's it like camming in your 40s? We have an opportunity to set ourselves up properly for retirement if we didn't do it before. This is like the last hurrah. 20s to 40s, if you didn't set up your retirement income portfolio properly or paid off your debt properly or depending on if you have children or not. You didn't send them up to go to school. This is a last season energy of life to do it. Because you might be able to do it in 50s, 60s, and 70s. There are cam models in their 50s, 60s, and 70s still doing it. But I wonder what their game plan is. Like, I really, really wonder what their game plan is. Okay, next slide. Wait, is that what we're doing? Camming 40s. Plan after camming. Okay. Did I read everything on that script? Oh, I did not. Oh, go back. Did not finish reading it. Okay, so I gained a deeper awareness of the importance of maintaining my looks while still holding on to a genuine connection with the fans who appreciate the wisdom and confidence that come with the age and experience. So, health and fitness after 40. I don't know if you notice. I have noticed it. My Instagram and my Facebook has a lot of people over 40 doing their workout videos. I'm going to have to join that club. It's just something I learned. Especially the business we're in. We are in a business that our body is the product. It's typically the reason someone clicks on your room, in your cam room when you're online. How you look. That it's the reason why campsites have almost all the models with the same generic style of room setup, where there's 2 lamps on each side. There's a plant, maybe very mute, neutral colors in the room. They're not overpowering. Where you are the focus in the room, in the cam room. To be the focus in the cam room, it comes with making sure your aesthetics look appealing, which means I want to have to go see a dermatologist about fillers and Botox and what new technologies in anti-aging healthcare for skincare is happening. Then go see the plastic surgeon. Like, I actually now really have to go see the plastic surgeon and then figure out what we're doing. It's just part of the process. If I'm going to stay in this industry the next 5 to 10 years or so, I want to make sure that I do everything possible to be successful, which means, it's a lot of taking the job way more seriously than I'm not 20. Like, okay, things happen to me in my 30s. Great. I have my 40s. They're mine. We're going to make it the best. The days of multitasking between multiple sites are behind me. I don't work multiple sites. I at the same time. Like, I don't multi-stream at the same time. If I work a campsite, I'm working one campsite. And now I'm trying to figure out to focus on 2 campsites instead of 4. And it was a hard decision for me because I really like all 4 of them. But if I want to be effective in making money and building my brand and having consistent income from these sites, I have to focus on going down to 2 websites where each website gets 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, which means 20 hours a week. That's already 40 hours already on 2 websites. Why am I trying to push myself to work more hours when traditional 9 to 5 don't work more than legally 50 hours a day? Wait, a week, 10 hours a day. Like, the law says they can't work more than 10 hours a day. And then here we are, cam models, we're working more hours than that, and we're not paid by the hour. So that means our strategy has to be different. I focus on quality over quantity, building real, lasting relationships with my audience. The biggest change for me, though, I've learned to value my time differently. In my 20s, it was all about the hustle. It was long hours, marathon of streams, always chasing the next paycheck. But now I view my career from a broader perspective. I recognize it's not just about camming anymore. It's about creating something sustainable that can evolve with me. It's about setting up opportunities for personal growth and ultimately empowering others along the way, which is true. Like, I know there's some cam models still post their videos online and stuff like that, which is great. Their perspective only really works for a short period of time. And I know this because I can't really watch their videos for a long period of time. And then how many of cam models who've made their YouTube content or social media content talking about their advice on how to be a cam model, and they're no longer around? And I've subscribed to many of their channels. I can't find them. I can't find them. Like, there's honestly just me and SWCEO, which is great. But again, she comes from a white European perspective. Again, I can't relate to her. I tried. It doesn't work because I'm not white. When I really look at how I am as a cam model, the number one thing that makes me different is the color of my skin, which means my approach to how I am as a cam model has to be different, because the customers in my room are never going to be the same customers to the white European cam models on the website. Okay, what is your game plan to getting back into camming? What are you going to do differently that you did before that had you stop camming before? Because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Like, you were camming before, something triggered you to stop. What are you going to do differently to continue on camming now? Okay, now move on to the next question. What's next after camming? Building my entrepreneurial future goals beyond camming. Looking beyond camming, my entrepreneurial vision is all about evolving into a broader and more impactful role. First, coaching other cam models is at the heart of my mission. I want to guide them through the process of transitioning into entrepreneurship, helping them build a sustainable, profitable business. Content creation plays a key role in this too. I'm focused on building my presence through YouTube, blogging, creating digital courses, and providing value to both my peers and my audience of entrepreneurs. These platforms allow me to share the knowledge I've gained over the years while connecting with people looking to level up. I'm also dedicated to securing long-term wealth by growing my investment portfolio, specifically now all these accounts I'm talking about, they're Canadian. I'm a Canadian cam model. That also plays a factor in how I operate my business. Because I'm in Canada, most of all of the cam sites operate in America. If the American government does something with the laws around cam sites and age verification or adult entertainment in general, I get the short end of the stick, which means I need to find ways of building my income with the backup plan of what happens if a campsite's not here tomorrow morning. It's pretty scary because I didn't really plan all of those things in the past. I got spoiled. I thought camming will be here forever. And if you look at the reality, what if camming is not here? What are you going to do? Then it changes how you approach the job. At least it does for me. Okay, so when I talk about Canadian investment accounts, so I have my tax-free savings account, my registered retirement savings plan, and my taxable investments. I also have a registered disability savings plan. You hear me talk about a lot in my budget videos on my channel. That is majority of my net worth investments happening right now. I would like all of my investment accounts to have a good amount of money in there growing in the stock market over time, because it gives me peace of mind knowing that my money is working harder than I am. My goal here is clear. Create a future where my money works for me and not the other way around, which is my investments. I'm using all the registered investment accounts. Then I have taxable investment accounts. Then the online courses, affiliate marketing, coaching industry of, I like brand deals that are not, out novelty toys. It'd be nice. Ultimately, my brand will continue to expand into the financial empowerment and education, which is true. Every time I talk about financial personal finance for business and personal, specifically for cam models, is because it's not talked about anywhere. It's not. It's really weird how it's not. When the money we make needs to be planned and used wisely so we have it in the future. Same thing with disability. You have a disability, you apply for disability benefits, and almost all of them across the entire world keeps you at less than $2,000 a month. Change it to the currency in your country, but I'm pretty sure it's under $2,000 a month. And then the disability program expects you to live on that entire amount to manage all of your disability expenses. And studies have shown around the world that living with a disability, your cost of living is 40% more money than a non-disabled person. Then there is a good handful of people with disabilities who work in this industry. I'm one of them. I'm quoted in an academic journal talking about it. I'm quoted in 2 of them because a blog quoted the academic journal and then they quoted Minnie St. Clair. So when I Googled Minnie St. Clair, I showed up. So that gave me the indicator, especially when I was networking with people in the financial space. And I let them know that they're not talking to people with disabilities unless they're selling them insurance. I made them uncomfortable. Well, because you made me uncomfortable not talking about anything for disability related to how I'm supposed to live my life with a disability. I'm changing a lot personally that I need to change for everybody. Because the stuff that I need to change are not just stuff that are happening to me individually, they're helping to me on a collective. Ultimately, my brand will continue to expand financial empowerment education. I want to help others not only achieve financial independence, but understand how to manage their wealth to create lasting impact. This is why building your personal brand as a safe for work and not safe for work is very important. Because if you build your brand, how like Flirt for Free is also Vivid, and they're also another company, but you don't know their adult entertainment company unless you really read their job descriptions on their website. Like I went to look at the career opportunities for Flirt for Free Video Secrets on their website. Their job posting doesn't say that they're an adult company until you scroll down to the bottom of the page and it's in small little tiny print. So that showed me that I have to brand Minnie St. Clair a little bit different. Straight up, just a little bit different. Same thing with Stream8 being ICF technology. They brand themselves as a live video chat technology company. Also with us. So if I'm a disability financial empowerment coach who helps entrepreneurs on disability navigate disability benefits so that they can build sustainable businesses that adapt to accommodating their disabilities, then that's what I'm doing. That works with cam models. That works with every non-conventional career path out there. Hence the reason why this long ass live stream with a big script that I'm trying to go through, because I've been planning everything differently around my career in camming, after camming. What's the legacy impact later? Am I going to have a foundation that has scholarship money? Because me not having children, did we talk about that part yet? No, that's next. Oh, thank you, hon. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, I lost track where I was. The bigger picture here is all about financial freedom, both for myself and the people I aim to empower along the way. The hustle will evolve, but the goal will always remain the same: to build a legacy that transcends camming. Okay. No questions in chat. Okay, next one. Is that what we're doing? Okay, good. All right. I should just have Canva up the whole time. I don't know why I try to put the slides into OBS. That was just a pain in the butt. Okay, so how much do I need to leave ODSP? So ODSP is the Ontario Disability Support Program. I got on it in 2011, April 2011. April 2011, I got on it because I was experiencing psychosis, mental health challenges, disability issues around psychiatric disorders. And I'm too loud. And I've been on it ever since. And then 2013, I get diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And then there was other mental health challenges that I had to deal with in my 30s that involved a boyfriend with a substance problem. And here we are. So I've always been in and out of rehab, recovery, remission, rehab, recovery, remission, a new prescription, a doctor's appointment, a neurological exam. And also, I have to supplement government assistance because there's not enough money. Like right now, today, my disability benefit is $1,739 a month. That is expected to take care of all of my living expenses, all of my medical expenses, get my hair cut, buy my clothes, everything. It doesn't go that far. When I have to do the budget video for April, it doesn't go that far. So me being a webcam model and that income source is still an active thing in my life right now, the pressure of being a webcam model and what webcamming has to do for me is a lot. Like I need my fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. That creates my financial foundation and handles unexpected events, which I haven't really figured out what would be unexpected, but expect the unexpected. Then my credit cards, I love them and I don't like them. I have too many. I have 4. Credit card debt, including my disability overpayment, is $17,889. Following the Dave Ramsey baby steps and the debt snowball, somehow that's to be paid off in less than a year. If I'm able to work webcam at the level of 40 to 60 hours a week, I would really like to do that by the end of the year. Then going back to college. So college, I talked about a little bit earlier that I would like to cash flow college. Cash flow college and not getting student loans is huge because of the rules with the Ontario Disability Support Program and the Ontario Student Assistant Program called OSAP. If I get too much money from OSAP, ODSP will reduce the amount of money they give me because OSAP says they can give you money for living expenses. Great. Only if I'm not on Ontario Disability Support Program. Then OSAP is a loan. I have to pay it back to the government. And if I don't pay it back to the government, they can do really annoying, stressful things. Like take my tax return and collect money in my bank account because I need the payments. Like I'm not trying to go through that again. Yes, in Canada, you can file bankruptcy on your student loans if you're out of school for 7 years. It's with a bankruptcy trustee who's a licensed insolvency trustee. I did that in 2019 for my student loans in 2005. And they're discharged and they're gone from the system. Yay, Canadians. They're gone from the system. I don't have to worry about it. So me going back to school, I'm picking programs I'm interested in that also have the outcomes of applying to being self-employed. So when I pick going to school for business, finance, and the pre-community human services foundations program, is specifically around my interests. So like I mentioned earlier that I want to help people that are in marginalized communities working non-conventional self-employment opportunities that are navigating government assistance benefits. It's mostly because when I was searching for benefits and supports around being self-employed and on Ontario Disability Support Program, I couldn't find what I needed. I had to make it on my own. I had to create what I wanted. So I'm hoping I can go back to school, get this background and knowledge that I need so I can build up my portfolio and investments to grow my own foundation, like build my own foundation from the ground up, where I hire the other social workers, or I hire the other board members to execute my vision that I have, because it's not out there. I've been volunteering. I've been getting paid honorariums because I'm on the board committee meetings and other different meetings that they've been paying me to be there, and they still don't have what I'm looking for. And as much as I tell them my idea, they don't have the capacity to execute my idea. So I'm better off to execute my idea on my own and hire them later when they get burnt out from that job over there. It's just something I learned in the last, 2 years? So growing my investment portfolio. So ODSP has this thing called non-exempt assets. That is the $40,000 limit. That is my taxable investment account sitting at $300. The goal is to have more money in that account. And over time, when it hits over $40,000, it will make me ineligible to receive disability benefits programs. I learned from personal finance and managing it with my financial advisor and understanding what dividends are and things like that. I can actually set up my portfolio in a way in the future, like 5 to 10 years from now, no more than 15 years from now, where that investment account would pay my dividends that I could live off of. Yay. Because I watched my friend do it with her working at Amazon. And I was very curious of how to build a portfolio that can do that. And it's going to take strategic planning of earning an income and putting a portion of my income into investment accounts so that over time they'll pay me a dividend. And then it'll fund the foundation. And then when I leave my estate planning and my wills and stuff and scholarships to help other people, it'll be there. Then also Ontario Disability Program has this interesting, very wonderful rule if you know what the product is. They have life insurance products in Canada that the Ontario government for disability support programs said life insurance with segregated funds. Well, if you've been, the question is funny to me. The advice for 2025 is the entire video. It is the end. Look, what I'm doing for myself is my intention for 2025. I already said that I'm going to reduce working 4 campsites to 2 campsites. So I focus on quality over quantity, and I'm not doing multi-streaming on multiple websites at one time. I'm reducing burnout by sticking to a productive, normal human schedule of working from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily, where the webcam schedule is 3 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the afternoon, and 4 to 6 hours in the evening. And I may work longer depending on energy levels and depending on traffic and customer feedback. And if regulars pop in and they want to see me, like my schedule has always been flexible. And then it's been flexible based on the fact that I've been treating my sleep apnea. So there's more energy to get things done. But it's also triggering my bipolar disorder, so I don't know how to keep that schedule consistent yet. So for 2025, you need to find out what rhythm works for you that's sustainable. Like so far in chat today, it's been a lot of cam models that were working before, took a break, and they're trying to get back to it now. With getting back to it now, your customers have forgotten who you are, which means you have to maintain consistent hours on the website to gain back those regulars who used to see you. Because the more you're online, and especially if you keep the same model name and then you log on, they will recognize you, then pop on. But if you disappear again, they're not going to spend the same amount of money that they used to spend on you because they built a relationship with somebody else. So if you're going to come back into the camming industry and work the webcam sites and all those things, be in it with the intention you're there to be supportive of the customers that are interested in you. This whole thing works when there's a customer on your website that feels like they're in love with you. And then you love them back with boundaries and following the rules of the website and staying compliant legally, in a way that they feel special, they feel seen, they'll feel heard, so they spend more money on you. But if you're going to pop in and then disappear and then pop in and disappear, they'll find somebody else who stays around. They will. Like, because websites now have about 1,000 models on each website. And customers are more loyal to the website than the model on the website. because the websites now, most of them have been around now 22 years. Yeah, well, no. Flirt for Free has been around since 1996. That's almost 30. So the customers are more loyal to Flirt for Free than they are to the model on Flirt for Free, unless you stay on the website consistently, showing up all the time. And all the time, Flirt for Free's rule is that they want models to log on minimum 2 hours every single day. Like, yeah. So this is the landscape we're working with. Can you stay consistent on a website minimum 2 hours every single day to log on? Rotating shifts throughout the 24-hour period, because the websites run 24 hours, 365 days a year. And it's not really about if there's some sports game on or something on. Like, customers who want to spend money on the website, they spend money on the websites. That's the advice for 2025. Yay! Right. So my other goal was, making $3,500 net income. Webcamming is a business. I have business expenses. Then after I spend money to sustain the business, so basically I make money from the golden goose. I have to feed the golden goose. The golden goose is webcam. Then after the golden goose is fed, what's left over is net income. The net income is what I report to the government for tax purposes and also the Ontario Disability Program, because I'm legally compliant to report my income before the 7th of every single month for the previous month of income that I earned. So any income I earned in March gets reported tomorrow morning, because tomorrow morning is April 7. Then any income I make in April gets reported May 7 for April 2025. And then the end of April, whatever I made in March gets deducted for the payment date April 30th. And then anything I made in April reported for May 7th gets reported by roughly the 25th of May, so that it's on my payment date for May 31st. Disability check, and then I work off of that. That's how my life works. The only thing is now I'm openly talking about it because there's other people who are cam models, entrepreneurs on disability benefits that need to understand this routine and fall into the routine. Leaving ODSP isn't about making more money. It's about making sure I never go back. No, it's both. I don't know. Okay, I need to change my script. It's always about making money. Money for me is options. Like, I just discovered if I have $300 a month, every single month, I can buy my own health insurance on my own to supplement the missing gap in the Ontario Disability Support Program. I have to have a talk with my chat GBT. It's always about the money for me. Yes, I know, like, don't be greedy and all those things and be humble. I am. I fully am. I get reminded to be humble every single day. But I also know, like, if I'm having a mental health crisis and I have to switch medications and it's not covered by the Ontario Disability drug formula that they have, I have to pay for that thing out of my pocket. So it's about the money. We can say about it's not but it really is. Like, me doing this live stream is because I paid for my internet service. $115.86. It went up. It told, like, even though it went down, like, I called my internet provider. They gave me a promotional bundle for being a loyal customer. And I swear the thing went up. I thought it was going to be $115.11. And then it went up to $118. It's $118. Yeah, it went up to $118.80 something cents. I can't do my job unless I pay my internet bill. I can't do my job unless I have a working computer. Like, I can't do my job unless I have a working webcam and lights and lingerie and wigs and makeup, and all those things cost money. They don't pop from the sky. There's no benefactor, sugar daddy giving me those things. So yeah, it's always about the money. Like, it's more like no, it is. I don't know why. I need to change that. It's about the money. It's always about the money. Okay, now, there was a time I thought I wanted to have 4 children. I imagine being a young mom and being married and building a family. all the joys that come with it. But as I got older, life took me in a different direction. Yeah, I had sterilization in 2017. There is no babies coming out of this body. I shut down Baby Factory. So all of my energy goes into my work, building my foundation, and giving to the community. I'm not saying giving back, because giving back implies I took something. I didn't take anything. We created something and I'm sharing it with you. That's what we're doing. Like, I'm creating this live stream. I have all these things, notes and stuff I should have looked over, because it is about the money. Yes, I would be a good person and I would tithe and give to churches and homeless people and all those things. I know how to be a good person. But at the same time, I know if I need, like, I made myself a whole chicken I had in the freezer that I bought on sale months ago. Next time I go in the grocery store, I have to buy a next one. The things are almost $20 for chicken. That's maybe 4 meals out of the chicken. And and then we take the back of the chicken and we make stock with it to make soup. So maybe 5 meals. Okay, it's still gonna cost money. My sterilization surgery, I got lucky, is covered in Ontario government healthcare system. But if it wasn't, it would have cost me money. And then it still cost me money because it came from my taxes. So that I can make the choice of not having children, because where did I put it? Yeah, back in 2017, at age 32, I made the decision to have sterilization surgery. I wanted to be child-free by choice, and I knew that that was the best decision for my life at the moment. It still is my best decision. Even now, it wasn't just about not having kids. It was about taking control of my life. I made this choice because it was my body and my choices to make. And I wasn't going to let external pressures dictate my future. It gave me the space to focus on what was most important: my health, my financial independence, building a life I truly wanted. So part of this, I skipped over a lot in this script. So by the time I was 29, I knew having children was not in the cards for me anymore. I had been living with bipolar disorder, and at 28, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Navigating these health challenges made me realize that bringing a child into the world while struggling with my own physical, mental, and financial challenges was not something I could responsibly take on. That's about the money. Money, and then my mental health, and then my capacity to give my energy and time and money to a small human being that's responsible for the rest of their lives. I didn't want to do, like, I wasn't capable of doing that. So I went to my doctor. We had a discussion. Hey, can you set me up for sterilization surgery? It took about 1.5 years because they were trying to drag it out because they thought I would change my mind. It didn't. I still don't. Financially, things got a little bit better, but not enough to take care of me and a child. My mom was upset. My mother pressured me to have kids, saying that we could live on government supports. That was her argument. Oh, I can live on government assistance because I get the child tax benefit for having a child. That was her argument. My friends who have children and get their child tax benefit are struggling hard. Why would I do that to myself? Like, why? For maybe $1,000 a child until they turn 18. No, we're not doing that. But I knew that was not the life I wanted to create. No, there's a couple of things in this that once I learned the truth of it, and the truth of it, how I want to live, I wasn't going to fall into external pressures of other people's opinions that are not in this room at all. Like I said it earlier, I have a list of things I need to accomplish for myself because I want to accomplish them while I still can. Like every day I wake up, actually not even the way. So I sleep with a CPAP machine. The CPAP machine blows air into my nose and makes my face super, super dry. Then around 3 to 4 hours, I am wide awake. And no, my body is not going back to bed. Then I have to wake up and then start my morning routine. It could be at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what makes me sleep longer. I don't know. I've asked my doctor. I don't know how that's supposed to work. And the sleep psychologist couldn't give me any suggestions out of it because all of my symptoms happen in REM sleep, where REM sleep, your muscles are supposed to relax and you're supposed to fall into deep sleep. I don't. So I basically sleep just enough to feel restored. And once I'm restored, I'm awake. Almost like Sims. You play the game Sims, you put them to bed, and it says they'll be fully restored at a certain time. And then all of a sudden the Sim wakes up in the middle of the night. That is me. That is how I fall asleep. So yeah, me not having children, best decision I can make. I totally understand there's people out there thinking, oh, I'm supposed to have children and populate the earth. I don't need to do that. I don't. What I can do is the money that I need to make and build in my investment portfolio and plan my estate planning and build a foundation, I can help other single moms out there with the foundation. Because I know y'all are struggling. I know y'all are stressed. I know you want Christmas and new clothes and back to school, whatever, and like pay for their college. Like I know the stresses I'm avoiding by not having children, I'm better off to use that money in my future to help others. Like give to the community who needs it because they're a single mom struggling with how many kids. Like I'm better off to do that. There's enough of you out there on the planet that I can do that. Auntie Cam, I can do that. Auntie Minnie, I can do that. Okay, what was the biggest lessons I've learned in 22 years? So for 20 years, I rode the roller coaster of camming income. Some months were fireworks, 6-figure flashes of abundance. Yes, I miss my $5,000 a month. I so do. But it didn't matter how high I climbed if I never built a foundation. The truth is, if you don't invest, you're always chasing your next payout. Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. I rather, like I've said in my videos before, I just want to log on, work my 8 hours a day and log off. Pay off the credit card debt. Figure out how to live without as much credit card debt. Figure out how to build up my savings and investments as big as humanly possible that I can do. Grow the YouTube channel. Running the YouTube partnership program. You may have seen commercials. Every time you watch the full commercial, I get a little bit of monetization on the channel. Every time you give me super chat, like Captain Sava, I can't finish the whole word of your name. Gives a super chat that helps the channel. It helps me build content. It helps me plan all this wonderful script and slides of Canva that I can put together to have a scripted show that we stay on topic as much as possible, and invest in my microphone and invest in the camera and then invest in the lighting in this room. I would like furniture in this room. I would like furniture in the room. So super chats, I'm building the YouTube membership. I haven't figured out the schedule for that yet. Everything here supports me building more content to help you get motivated, feel connected in the community. And yeah, it's like a slap in the butt to go out there and go make money. Pretty much. And I did not have any other words to say for that one. So, yeah, chasing the next payout is stressful. It's so, think about it. StreamAid's pay period is Sunday to Saturday. The minute it's Sunday midnight or 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because they follow Greenwich Mean Time, pay period starts over. Then with the whole daily pay is an interesting thing on StreamAid. Like directly in StreamAid, you log into your StreamAid account, you set up daily pay. 8 p.m., if I made $50 US, the next business day, that's paid into my account. Then it starts over again. So from the minute I wake up, if I log on my 8 hours, 8 a.m., 3 hours or 4 hours, and then I log back on at 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., then I log back on at 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m., then I'm supposed to sleep 5 to 6 or 7 hours. It's a broad range of a number of sleep. I have to log on tomorrow morning and do the same thing all over again. And oh yeah, I have to look pretty and presentable and attractive when I'm online to do it. Like get my wig done, do my makeup done, put on eyelashes. Oh yeah, and the room is hot with the lights. Oh yeah, and being 40, I may or may not be going into menopause right now. So the temperature thing is a wild roller coaster. That's a whole nother video. Like straight up. Because Cameron in my 20s, I didn't have to worry about temperature at all. In fact, in my 20s, I was cold all the time. Now in my 40s, I am running hot all the time. I think I'm in hot flashes all the time right now. And then living on disability supports for so long changed how I view money. Every dollar had to be stretched, and I've often found myself adjusting my behavior to fit into false narrative of poverty and government assistance. That's the thing. When I got on disability benefits, 2011, I was already on track to be a top model on a couple of the campsites I was on. And because I went through a mental health crisis, psychosis, psychiatric disorder that needed attention, it delayed what I wanted to do in 2011 a lot. And then going into the disability office and speaking to my caseworkers and things like, they already predetermined how my life should look. And whenever I voiced them, like I spoke up and I said, no, I would like to go back to my job, they were like, oh no, you can't do that no more. And it's because of the way the policy was written back in 2011. It didn't change until 2013. 2013, where did it go? So back in 2013, the Ontario Disability Support Program asset limit was $5,000 for a single person, no children, not married. That didn't change until September 1st, 2017. They changed it from $5,000 of assets to $40,000 of assets. That's how now today my income target for investments is outside of my life insurance products is $40,000. I need that income as my FU disability income. Because back then they were like, if I made any money, I'd claw back dollar for dollar. And then they changed it where you can make $200. And then they would, if you made over 200, they reduced your disability payment by 50% on the dollar. Then 2023, they changed it. You can make $1,000 net income. And then while you're making $1,000 net income, you still keep your disability benefits. If you make over $1,000 net income, they reduce your disability payment by 75% on the dollar. So I'm getting $1,739. They would add a $100 work-related benefit to make it $1,839. They take back $79.15 for an overpayment, and then I would get $1,759.85 plus my $1,000, so it's about $2,700, and that's supposed to last me for the entire month. But being 40 and being older and realizing, my finances, my portfolio, my investments, and things I want to accomplish, I have to make more money to exit off of government assistance. And doing that means I get to accomplish the things I want to accomplish, and I don't live in the false narrative of poverty and government assistance. Like, as you move ahead, as you level up, as you accomplish your goals, as you build a sustainable rhythm and schedule for your routine of how you want to work and when to go on vacations and when to, build up your community of fans who either watch you in the webcam sites or they watch you over on your YouTube channel or some other social media platform. Enjoy the lifestyle. Live a life. All these things we have for technology and social media and making money online and coaching services, affiliate links, cam model links, wish lists. Use it to level up your life to the best of your ability. Like, everyone else's expectations, opinions, and stuff they weigh down on you, it's not yours to take. It's not mine to take. Like, there's so many things I have to do, that I would like to do, that I get to do, that I want to do, that I don't have time to worry about what you want me to do or what you want have. No, I don't. Boundaries. Step over there. Oh, I'm also on disability, just in the US. Only $2,000 in resources here in the US. The thing about SSDI in the US, you have a back to work program. I found it on your website. I don't have time to go read that website line for line, but I know the American program. When I got bored of the Canadian program and I read the American one, there's a back to work program. The American side actually treats self-employment and small business way easier than over in Canada. So I don't know who you have to speak to in your disability office, but there's policies in place of the American program that you can live your best life if you choose to within the rules of your policy that you have over there. Yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, it's going to be challenging, but it's so worth it. Because if I know what that program is when I'm looking up at 4 o'clock in the morning when I don't sleep, yeah, I could make a whole video series about it, but it's not exactly my expertise. It's just me giving you my opinion based on what I read from the policy directives for the SSDI program in the United States. Then I went off and looked at New Zealand. Then I looked at UK. Then I looked up different provinces for Canada. They all have this weird way of, you could work if you prove it to us for a certain period of time. Then you buy back your freedom. All of this stuff I'm talking about, my plan is buying back my freedom, my choices, my autonomy. Everything is buying back my time and my freedom. Because I know the minute my investments in my taxable broker account, that ODSP is a non-exempt asset, hits over $40,000, I'm free. I'm free. And oh yeah, I can probably cash out that $40,000 gradually over time to pay all my living expenses. And not all of it, depending on how things go. If I set everything up properly, I don't have to worry about the disability office telling me nothing at all. I'm not here, like I'm not created to be here, a child of God, to sit here and be worried about the government controlling everything. No. The Holy Spirit does that. That is for another day of when I bring in my religion into this. And not a religion, it's just a spiritual practice that I have, that I know I am not created on this planet to sit here and be scared of a government policy keeping me poor. Do I have another one? I think so. I think there's one more. No, we did that one. Okay, good. We're at the end, I think. Are we at the end? Yeah, we're at the end. We're at call to action and what's next. Okay, good. Yeah, so if you've been on the YouTube channel, first time seeing my face, want to see more of this face, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to have live streams on the channel Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. One of them is me playing Sims once I test out the computer to see if this laptop can handle playing Sims. Then Wednesdays are like maybe Auntie Cam or disability benefit. I haven't figured out the content schedule, but like I talk about entrepreneurship, being a webcam model, navigating disability benefits, living your best purposeful life that doesn't have you worried about the government and this government policy and this policy. I don't care. I mean, I care. Legally, I care. I have to care because I signed my life away when I got approved for disability. But I cannot stay on government assistance until I hit the age of 64. I just can't. Like, my brain won't do it. I know too much information intellectually that I'm trying to put into action. And I'm fighting against my body to do it. Like between the sleep apnea, the bipolar disorder, the multiple sclerosis, the chronic pain, my feet will seize up where I can't wiggle my toes. The amount of stuff I go up against to be here and do the things, and then have a caseworker in the disability office come tell me some judgmental thing. No, I'm much better off to make all the money I can make in the way I know how to make it, using the power of the internet, so that I walk into a disability office and they tell me I made too much money. Congratulations, I made too much money. Then when I make too much money in the disability office for where I am in Ontario, Canada, they give me $500 for leaving disability benefits once every 12 months. I would like to get that $500 for leaving government assistance because my assets are too big or my monthly income is too big. Maybe I won the lottery, because Canada, we can win the lottery and it's tax-free if you win the lottery. Like, the lottery is the last resort thing in the plan. My investments are first. Me putting money in my investment. So every dollar I make for webcamming, ideally half of that income should be invested in the stock market. And then I invest in my skills, my knowledge, my ability to process the information I can process and deliver it to everybody in a nice, wonderful presentation that took me hours of making slides and notes and a script and everything. And we're now on almost 2 hours here. Luckily, we're at the last slide. But I just reached a point where, like, okay, I have my multiple sclerosis, I have the bipolar disorder, I have the sleep apnea, I may be going through menopause. I really don't want to deal with a caseworker in a disability government office. And I don't want to go to the disability government office. The place smells awful. It smells like death in that office, rotten flesh. I'm not going back there. And the only way not to go back there, I have to have my income and assets over the limits of disability. Once you understand it's you or them and you must win, like, you have to have more income than what they give you. So they give you $2,000 if you're lucky. I know people get less. I met people who get $800. I met people who get $1,000. I met people who get more or less. It's a range of what you qualify for in disability benefits based on housing. Do you have kids? Are you married? Are you not married? Do you have a special diet or special needs or other benefits? It's a range of income that the government has already decided that people are eligible for. I know that. But at the end of the day, you making your own money for yourself, by yourself, with yourself, is 100,000% better than what you get from the government. And I get it. There's people who cannot even do that. I fully understand that. But you're justified, like, the way people who are unable to work and they have a disability and they literally talk themselves into not making any money. Every day you have to convince yourself you cannot make any money when you're on disability benefits. I got tired of doing that. I said, how can I make money? I started changing the words of I cannot make any money to how can I make money? Different conversation, different change of mood, different mental state, different physical experience in my body when I said, how can I make money? Versus, I cannot make money on my disability benefits. It changes your whole mood. One of them is more positive and uplifting and motivating and inspirational. One of them is defeated and victim and depressive and sad. Even as I'm talking right now, my brain cannot register how to act sad. And I used to be like that way almost all the time. No, finally, everything I did in therapy and rehab and recovery and programs and 12-step program here and like CBT over there and EMDR over there. My brain does not know how to be sad for long periods of time. I tried. It doesn't work. So follow Minnie Cam, Auntie Cam. Change that. It sounds like I'm saying my name twice. So, yeah. Oh, let's just subscribe to my channel. Oh, yeah. This series, I think I could do it every other Wednesday or every other Sunday. Because Sunday kicks off the week at Stream 8 for everyone who works on Stream 8, because the schedule there is Sunday to Saturday. And then Mondays, it's Flirt for Free. Schedule starts on Mondays. Then other websites have different schedules, but roughly Sunday and Monday, you're usually kicking off your week to work webcam. So Wednesday, I can handle a Wednesday in between, because Wednesday used to be the day of the week I used to have therapy. So I can fit that in. Hopefully I can make my presentation slides faster, because it'll make my life a little bit easier, but we'll see. Yeah, join the conversation, share your thoughts, share what resonated with you in this live stream today. Depending on when you came into the live stream, you may have missed some things. Watch the channel live again, see, and I'll put a timestamp of when I started, because I didn't know I was live in the beginning, because my YouTube dashboard showed me a different live stream details. So, and then I was adding in slides into OBS. I'm not doing that. We're only doing the slides in Canva, because me trying to have the slides over in OBS, it was nice, but too annoying. We're not doing that. If you're a CAM model or working while on disability, so specifically I talk about the Canadian disability system: Ontario Disability Program, Registered Disability Savings Plan, Disability Tax Credit, Canada Disability Benefit. Not CPP. The goal is to not be on CPP. CPP is a Canada Pension Plan Disability. I don't want to be on that when I'm 64. I want to have my income and assets taking care of me when I turn 64. And for me to do that, I need to be making my own money consistently, and half of that income goes into investments in the stock market. But pretty much me navigating Ontario Disability Program is on the purpose of, I'm an entrepreneur, I run a business, I have a personal brand, I'm growing my income to supplement my disability benefits first, then eventually the income I make from my business will exceed the limitations of disability benefits, where I'd be fully sufficient and independent on my own. Well, I went off script on that one. Let's build wealth, rewrite the narrative, and create the life you really, really want. And yeah, when I put really, really want, I thought about the Spice Girls song in my head when I wrote that. Being on disability shifts how you think about money. It can make you believe your only options is to survive on crumbs. And they try to survive on crumbs and stay small. I was like, what? Survive on crumbs and stay small to keep your benefits. But listen, you don't have to fit into a poverty narrative that was never designed for your success. That is the thing. So disability benefits, you're disabled, you cannot work. Then everything in that system makes you feel like you're not successful, when it's not true. The only way to be successful with your disability is to do the complete opposite of what all the policy says for disability benefits. It's okay. I'm doing that journey. We can do that together. It took me years to realize that maintaining the status quo is not the same as maintaining stability. No, the status quo is designed to keep marginalized people feeling small, feeling isolated, excluded, when it's not just that way. It's really not. We'll talk more about that in the future videos, but it's not that way. If you're not building the future, if it's not building the future that, it's not building the future I want or supporting my well-being, it's got to go. Next week, we'll talk about something every ODSP recipient and college student needs to know. Insurance coverage comparison chart. Yes, this big insurance coverage chart is the last final piece of freedom from leaving disability benefits. Because there's a good chance if you're on disability benefits, you're probably sticking around staying with them because they cover your medical cost for prescriptions, medical devices, all those things. I learned you can get a similar coverage or a good enough coverage from a private insurance plan if you able to afford that plan before the plan becomes too expensive for you. And it's right before the age of 40. After 40, it gets super expensive with insurance. Before 40, it's still affordable. It's a good window of opportunity to get your insurance plans in place now before you're 45 and 50 and 60. And then with Ontario, a lot of these coverages stop covering people after age 64, but then you go back on the government program, which is fine. I already know how to handle it. This is also why my investment portfolio has to be big enough to handle my medical expenses in the future. so that if I'm back on the government programs for the Ontario Drug Benefit Formulary, I can handle the missing gaps of everything that's missing, and then I can spend some time looking for insurance coverage that helps people after the age of 65, which means going back to my insurance agent to see what they can find for me. And there's a plan in place, and I'm not worried about it. It's a plan in place. I know it's going to cost me money. I'm not worried about it because there's a plan in place in the future to be ready for the future. Wait, there's a plan in place in the present to be ready about it in the future. Yay. Okay. Oh, because at the end of the day, we don't just survive, we thrive. See you in the next episode. Yay. I went through a lot. That was a lot. Oh, I'm very happy for everyone that was here. Thank you for the super chat. Hold on. Something is missing. Okay, good. Okay, super chat. Everything's here. Okay. And my fan is on, but I'm super hot. So this is good. This is really good. I covered a lot. Depending on when you came into the video, you may have to watch the replay, all those things. Now I may not even be able to log on webcam because I'm too hot to do anything. I have to do it tomorrow morning. And I wanted to go to the barbershop and get my hair cut because it needs to get done. But I will see you on the next one. Smooches. Bye.